The Canadian Card Collector here, and welcome back to day 566 of your daily deck review. And the deck that we're taking a look at today is the Outcast playing cards from Theory11. So, no further ado, take a look and see what we got. But before we start, there's a little bit of disclaimer. I don't know too much about Outcast. The only thing I know is that they are again, iconic pop duo. They're sort of like a musician, kind of. That's all I know is they're musicians. So I don't know too much other than that. Yeah, but it is in that velvet and gold foil tuck box, sort of that soft feel, kind of almost like a flocked kind of feeling, almost like that little bit of like fuzz on top there, with that gold foiling there, so it pops out of the tuck box there. Looks pretty nice with the Outcast logo there. It says playing cards. Then you got some other little details there. And there's a lot of like Outcast like song kind of little Easter eggs within this deck there. I won't be able to reference too many like any of them because I don't know too much. And that's its highest quality. One side is a little bit hard to see because of that like velvet on top. But you got the barcode. Oh, it's upside down. But you got a barcode. It says produced by 7 light years below sea level, distributed by something. Yeah, it's really hard to see. There. The other side just has a little design here. It says Dirty South. And on the back, a little sneak peek of the back design there, which looks fantastic there. That gold foiling with that kind of red colorway. And then for the seal, you got a yellow hexagon seal with that kind of gold, little metallic on top there. Another little design. And you got two designs up there. So you got Greetings to Earthlings, and you got O and a K for Outcast. Now press down that seal. Grab a handy dandy card opener. Crack that seal. On the tuck flap here, you got that Outcast logo. The inner tuck flaps here. You got some like the little designs there. Now take the cards out of the box. On the inside tuck box, just a matte black finish. Nothing like too crazy or fancy going on inside there. And I gotta say, the tuck box is extremely like a thicker style tuck box there. But now that we look at the tuck box, time to look at the cards. And as always, start with the back design. And I gotta say, this looks like a fantastic back design already, just for a first little look. And it looks like a mirrored background with the standard white border going around. So you got the Outcast O there in the middle. You got two like spaceships. Then you got some like speakers there. It looks like a car. It looks like the front of a car there, like a old classical lowrider style car there. There, like the front bumper there, and some other little details mixed in. And it looks like it's a kind of a red, like a whitish yellow, and then kind of like a purpley kind of color background. And then you got the standard white border, and you flip it over, same design in both the directions. But that actually is a pretty nice looking back design there. A lot going on, but still pretty nice there. And now for the cards here. We'll start with the first Joker. It's a Joker. There you got a little barcode there that says 1992. Then you got the spaceship there. It might be upside down. There, then you got the spaceship there. With those same kind of reds and purples with the yellow little ring around it. There. Or UFO, I should say, not spaceship, but still technically a spaceship. Then you got the same Joker, just in that red colorway. And it actually says ATL there for a little hidden little thing. Then we got that custom Ace of Spades here, which is Outcast on top. Then you got the rings around it, kind of like a more space theme. Then you got the O and the K little records there. That's the Outcast. You got the speaker, and then some little space kind of little bubbles around it. Then you got the custom font and suits there. You got those custom fonts, and they're in a different layout, as you can see. Are definitely a different style layout. You don't usually see them like that too often. There. And it's not like a black, like a full black suit there. On camera it might look like it, but it's like a reddish, like brownish purple color there, like a darker brownish purple. And these suits are definitely like different. Like the numbers, some of the numbers are different, and the suit layout is like pretty interesting. I like it. It's little different than this normal standard style. It's always cool when you get a custom deck like this. And this one is definitely fully custom. There was those fully custom numbers in the layout. Then you got the Jack, Queen, and King of spades here. And they're fully custom. There was those same three colors of the red, the purple, and that kind of off-white yellow color. There, and they're fully custom. There was the details. There are lots of different references. There. And you got that custom ace of diamonds there. With a little character on it there. And then you got that same kind of orientation for the suits again, for the diamonds there, with that custom diamond shape, and the numbers and everything are custom as well. And you got three more custom code cards once again, and they look to be all different for each code card, which is pretty nice. There's no code card is the same. Then we got the clubs for the code cards here. Some more references there. And then we got the custom club design here, and that same kind of custom orientation. And we got the custom ace of spades here with another little character there. And then lastly, the hearts, Jack, Queen, and King hearts once again. Fully custom court cards once again for the hearts. That same colorway. Then we got the same custom suits there for the hearts. And that same orientation. And then lastly, here, it looks like the ace of hearts is the two outcast duo there with little rows. And then lastly here, we got this little card here. And there's the background on the back. And then we got a little outcast little ad card here. And there's the background on the back. But now that we look at the cards. For the handling there, just that classic aircraft finish from the United States Company. So they will handle fantastic as always. Pretty smooth springs. A nice flex to them, not like super like stiff or thick of a deck. But they're not like super thin either, like a more medium style, which is fantastic for anyone to handle straight out of the box. There. Super smooth, so they fan fantastic there. See all the suits and the numbers there. That nice fantastic back down there, nice fantastic colorway. Nice super smooth Pharaoh. Look at that nice giant fan. Let me just pick those few cards that went flying up. And if I don't just bump the camera at the same time. Okay, anyway. Now after that just happened. I gotta say, I'm actually pleasantly surprised on how actually, like, nice this deck is. I said, I don't know too much about Outcast. Like, I've heard one of their songs before. But other than that, I don't know too much about them. But this is actually a fantastic deck of cards. There. Theory11 has outdone themselves with this deck of cards. There. I especially love that tuck box. There. Like this tuck box with that kind of more velvet, kind of like softer feel to it. With that like gold that pops off the back. Especially like back design, this part of the tuck box. Which I really like that. There. And then you got that fantastic back design there. There. And the cards here with their fully custom faces there, if I don't drop them all. There. You got the fully custom faces with that custom orientation with the suits there in a different pattern than you normally see them. You got the 4 custom aces, which I really like. And then you got the really high detail custom court cards there. They're all the same colorway for the court cards, but each court card is different. There. So even not knowing too much about Outcast, I still really enjoy this deck of cards here, because they look fantastic. And as always, they handle fantastic. So definitely no issues there at all with the handling. There. And a pretty nice design as well. So, I guess with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. This has been day 566 of your daily deck review. This has been the Kast playing cards from Theory11. And I just realized I have not showed you the bottom of the talk box yet, which I totally forgot about. But it has the Theory11 logo. It says Premium Playing Cards Theory11 and circuitry over there. And these are from 2023. There. But with that being said, I'm the Canadian Character, signing out. That's the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.